How do I get this thing working? And oh dear, where's the mute button? You know what? I'll just turn the volume down on this. Hey everybody, welcome to my first live stream. We're going to be taking a look at the Bambu Lab A1 combo. Now, a bit of backstory for those who may be new to 3D printing or don't know much about Bambu. Just a short little bit of backstory. Bambu first hit the scene something about like a year and a half ago when they launched on Kickstarter with their X1, a 3D printer that promised to revolutionize the consumer industry. Now, I don't want to hear about all the Voron people, how Voron did it and all these other printers did it. I know it's been done. But Bambu took all the amazing stuff out there and smashed it together into an awesome machine that was easy for people to use. This is not the X1. This is their latest machine. Now, what's so great about this machine? Its price point. This machine starts at just $400. And for $650, you can get the extra color changing unit, their AMS Lite, that'll let you print in up to 4 colors in the same print. And we're going to give this a try and just see how good it is. Now, I haven't looked too much into the specs and other people's reviews. I have done a little, but not too much. So this is all going to be pretty new to me. And I apologize if you're hearing anything else in the background. I have asked them to turn down the TV, and I don't have a lot of stuff up yet to deaden sound and whatnot, but it is what it is. All right, so this opens basically the same way that their X1s do. You open it up, you grab the plastic, you lift it out of the box. Come on, let go. Let go. There we go. All right. I got the instructions and I've got the build plate is right here. Now, this isn't their first printer. It's not their second or their third. It's the, let's see, they had the X1, the X1C, the P1P, the P1S, the A1 Mini, and this is the A1. I forgot to count. That's however many printers they've launched so far. There you go. Now, I almost picked up an A1 Mini, which launched about 3 months ago, and that one is $100 cheaper than this. So it starts at $300. But ultimately, I decided not to, and I'm kind of glad I did because this printer is better for only $100 more. It's much better in my opinion. Spec-wise, they're both pretty much the same machine, except the A1 is bigger because Mini is obviously smaller, and the A1 has dual Z gantry versus the Mini, which only has one. It's a cantilever, kind of like the Prussia Mini. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I just felt like that TV was being picked up like mad in the background because I could barely hear myself thinking here. Okay, these are the little spool holding mechanisms for the A1 combo. Now what's particularly interesting about the A1 and the A1 Mini is that you kind of need to do some assembling on them, which isn't something you really needed to do with the X1, the X1C, the P1P, or the P1S. Those all just pretty much came ready to run. You pulled off the tape, removed a couple of screws, and plugged them in, and you printed. Got my tools here. It looks like it comes with a little bit of grease and stuff too. Huh? What is this? Filament swatches. Oh, this is. I haven't seen this before. I have an X1C and I have a P1S, and neither one of them came with filament swatches. Let's see what this is all about. Hey, DB Crash. Oh, hey. What do we? I can barely grab them. They're so tiny. Oh, are they all on a chain? They're all on a chain. Okay. All right. Okay, that is pretty cool, and that is actually a really, really good way to get me to buy more of their filament, because now I can actually see the exact colors that they're all going to be in. I'm going to try and hold this up to the camera. I can't really, I'm going to go stand on this side of the camera so that I can see what yeah, all right. Look at this. That's cool. Oh, they got them all marked here. I'm going to try and get it in focus for the camera. I'm flipping. I'm having this is not a good camera for streaming. I'm just doing it off my phone, and the lighting's terrible. Everything's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm going to get this better. I'm going to get the sound better. I'm going to get the picture quality better. I can't really get it in focus, but all of these are labeled with exactly what they are. So this is really cool, and this is a great way to get me to buy more of their filament now that I can see exactly what color everything is. Great idea. I love this. I'm going to keep that. That's awesome. All right, back to the printer. This is the main part of the AMS system, the AMS light system. And it looks like it probably goes about like that. The only real question is the cable supposed to go on the top side or the bottom side? I feel like this is probably right, but when we get to the instructions, we'll say, I'm running out of room on this table. I need a bigger table. Maybe I'll make this table bigger. That'll be something in the future we can do. I'm just going to set that right there. This is the filament routing mechanism for the Bowden tube. Goes on top of the printer. Cool. I'm not entirely certain, but I'm fairly certain this is some kind of spool holder. Wait, does this go with? Oh yeah, that goes right there. So this doubles as a spool holder, and it routes the Bowden tube for. Now wait a minute, that can't be right, because this thing puts 4 tubes out. And they all, we'll figure it out when we go along. I'm not going to spend too much. Like I said, I haven't done too much research on this because I wanted it to kind of be a live experience. That's all empty. Great. All right. We're getting at what is it? Do not grab or press on the x-axis. Okay. We can definitely not do that. All right, I've officially run out of room. Carefully set that down. Decusant pack. Here's all my Bowden tubes. Oh no. Bambu, come on. Let's not backtrack, guys. This is what so many companies have been doing forever, sending this tiny little dab of filament. Y'all are doing so good. Y'all sent a spool. I mean, send me a spool. Send me part of it. I mean, come on. Part of a spool at least. Don't send me a little bag of stuff. I'd rather you not send me anything at all than send me a tiny little bag of filament. Okay. All of that. Making progress. All right, let's check out this quick start guide. Let's see just how good of a job they did with the assembly instructions. Yes, the build plate definitely goes on the heated bed. Why would that be the first thing in the assembly instructions? Okay, flip the base housing 90 degrees to the side opposite of the screen. Like that. Use Allen key H2. All right, so let's dig into our tools. Oh, we got a nice little tray, neatly holding all the tools. I like that. This, I've already said I don't like it. Trash. I'm gonna go get an actual roll of, actually I've got some rolls of filament down here. Allen key H2. I assume they mean the 2mm Allen key. Unless, no, this definitely doesn't say H2. What about the other Allen key? The other Allen key does not say H. I'm going to assume they mean the 2mm Allen key. Let's see. To remove the 4 highlighted screws. That is not, is that the, oh, they wanted us to flip the, all right, they meant flip the machine over like this. Okay, but when you do that, be careful. The screen actually is taller than the bed in this configuration, so don't set it down like this. Set it down so the screen's over the edge. All right, I got it. All right, so we're going to loosen 4 screws right here in the center of the machine. Actually, it said remove them, right? Remove the 4 screws. This is the correct Allen key. I wonder, what are these actually holding? Does it say? Ah, it unlocks the heated bed. Usually you get these bed slingers. Ah, that's the other thing. So the A1 Mini and the A1 are both bed slingers. Every other printer Bambu has made has been a Core XY machine, which in my opinion is a far superior motion system in almost every way. We won't get into the nitty-gritty of that. But let's just say that the bed slinger is definitely more budget friendly, which is why anybody would make it to begin with. It's a bit simpler to maintain too, though. All right, so we removed those. Careful when releasing heated bed. Use foam padding in the pack to protect the heated bed from swinging. Wait. Use foam padding in the package to protect the heated bed from fully... What? I mean, I'm assuming what they want me to do is put a block of foam in here so this can't swing. I don't know. They don't actually show you what to do, and that's all the information I got. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. But now apparently we need this part here. And we're being very careful to follow the instructions of not grabbing or pressing the x-axis, this being the x-axis. So, all right, I'm with you. Okay. So it looks, well, it looks like pull the printer from the table, tilt the base housing. They don't actually say to cut this part loose, but it's clearly not in the way for the picture, so we're gonna go ahead and cut that zip tie, and I don't think we'll wind up regretting that. But that'll let us move that out of the way, because according to this image, I need to take this and insert this carefully like this and kind of then tilt it down into place like that. It's a nice snug fit. All right, what's next? Align the slot slowly until fully flush. Did that. Cut the zip tie. Okay, now they have the instruction for cutting that zip tie, but I'm not sure I could have gotten this in place without cutting that zip tie to begin with. But now they're directing me to cut all the other zip ties as well, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. I really wish I had one of the new Prussia M4s, because I'd love to compare this machine performance-wise to the Prussia M4. But I'm not going to be buying a Prussia M4, because before I spent that kind of money, I'd buy another X1C or a P1S. The Prussia has a great reputation. They've been around for a long time. They've been making phenomenal machines. They stand behind their machines. Very, very important. They render excellent customer service, and they're pretty big about the community, but oh my goodness, their machines are really expensive for what you get. I'm sorry to say that. I know I'm going to hear about that from some Prussia fans later, but so this machine should be, excluding this part over here, we're not going to talk about this part yet. This machine right here ought to be fairly comparable to the to Prussia's MK4. Prussia has a few points over this machine, and this machine will have a few points over the M4, but they're going to act and behave a lot the same and give you very similar performance, I feel. At least spec-wise, they should. But this machine's like a third of the price of the Prussia. So I could get 3 of these or 1 Prussia MK4, and I guarantee you 3 of these is going to outperform the 1 Prussia. All right, we freed all those, we removed the foam, push the heated bed fully to the front. Okay. Open the Y-axis cover. That's this? All right. open the y-axis cover. Pull the y-axis cover gently. Okay. Install 10 ST3-23 screws. Did I get a pack of screws? The package says for base housing, and they've got in parentheses for base housing, so this is the package I want. Oh, if I can open it, I've got big fingers, and it's a tiny, tiny little Ziploc bag. All right. I'm going to use the magnets on the bed here to my advantage. Let's get to installing all of these. You know, I just moved into this new house here, and I don't know where half my stuff is because I'd really like to have one of my little electric screwdrivers now. You know, I'm noticing this too, actually. That's actually really user-friendly. So if you look in the guide, you see all these little green dots right here. That's everywhere you need to place a screw. And if you look at the machine, right there, you can actually see they've got all the things they're circled in green right on the machine. That makes it really easy and user-friendly to install. You don't accidentally try and be putting a screw into somewhere else. You know, as far as assembly experience goes, I've assembled a lot of bed slingers, mostly Crealities, but I've done a couple of other brands too. I've done some Soval, I've done some Shark. I think I did an Elgu once too. They're all a pain in the rear to assemble. This isn't so bad. It's a very different assembly experience. You know what? I've also assembled an anchor make, and I think the anchor make assembled quite a bit faster than this, but I am actually way more excited to see what this can do than I was with the anchor make, and I was reasonably excited for the anchor make. How's my background volume? Can y'all hear that stuff going on in the other room? I'm wondering how much delay there is in the stream. There you go. I know y'all are getting my feed a little slower than I am. I'm really wondering how much delay y'all are actually experiencing. I've got no idea. All right, so I've installed those 10 screws. Install 2 of these screws in the holes to the front of the machine. Yep, there we go. 2 more holes. Good. I'm glad the background noise isn't too bad. I can hear it clear as day. Oh, what I wouldn't give to know which box my electric screwdriver was in right now. Okay, so we've done that. Now it wants us to reinstall the Y cover. How does this Oh, that can't be right. Hold on. How does this actually? Oh, okay. All right. That's it. So let me just show you. All right. So, I think I've lost a screw somewhere. I'll look for it in just a moment. So, all right. So have a look right here. This big tab right here is part of the cover plate. And what you kind of have to do when you're reinstalling the cover is align this with, well, it's hard to do with one hand. Okay, there's a slot in there that it goes into, and you kind of need to use one hand to line it in as you're pushing it in. So if you're going to assemble your own, there's a tip for you. Did I drop that other screw in here? Or did I not have another screw? Maybe that was just an extra screw. No, it's not in there, is it? No, it's not on the bed. Maybe that's just an extra screw. Okie dokie. Let's get this back into place. There we go. White cover back in place. Interesting. Okay. According to the instructions, now let's not clip that. I need to do this. And this is probably the reason why they had that instruction step earlier said to do something to keep the x-axis from sliding, or sorry, the y-axis from sliding, is probably for this step right here. Now we take this thing and let me just all right, so this goes down here on the bottom. All right, so this goes in and then slides up. There's USB-C right here that it's sliding up into. Then I've got one white cable, which I assume goes into the white port, and one green cable, which probably goes into the green port. And then I guess this means that this yellow cable here needs to be fed in like that. Oh, look, there's a wire mat. I love the cable management here. Awesome work from Bambu on this cable management. So that goes right there. And they have completely taken the guesswork out of it. You know, they had the green screw circles on the machine there. They've got the colored labels, you know, and they really took the guesswork out. This is nice. So yellow cable goes into the yellow slot. Okie dokie. Yep. Check it out right there. Yellow cable into the yellow. Basically just what I said. All right. Tuck the harness in. We did that. Fold out the touch screen. Do we do that while it's on its side still, or am I supposed to have flipped the machine back over already? I feel like I should probably flip the machine back over already. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right. Fold out the touch screen. Let's see. Oh, wait, this is a touch screen? Did I read that right? It is a touch screen. Ooh. Like I said, I haven't done too much pre-research on this at all. All right. Uh-huh. This goes right there. Is something supposed to lock that into place? Okay, apparently so. There's somewhere to install this last screw, I guess. Or is it a different screw? Do I have another bag of screws? Oh, I do have some other. Okay, maybe it's one of these other. Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. For AMS stand, for scraper. Is this the scraper? Oh, wait. One more. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Purge wiper. All right. Now that makes sense. Okay. I wasn't feeling right about that one for the scraper because I was like, I don't think this is the scraper. All right. So this installs right here. You know, I want to take a moment and just appreciate this Allen key. It is really comfortable to use and hold securely. I really like this. And more 3D printing companies need to do this right here. Wait, where did these screws come from? Oh, those are, okay, so those are the 4 screws I removed from the bottom of the machine. Which are actually the same screws that needed to be installed in the top of the machine. They could actually save, you know, like 1 penny by including 4 less screws and having you reuse the screws from the bottom of the machine and installing them on the top. There you go. Remove these screws. Save them for later. You're going to need them, you know. And I'm right. The cable did go on the top of the AMS. And so now we just need to install these 4 screws right here. Oh, this is another thing that Bambu has done exceptionally well. Every other printer I've ever messed with had like 5 different Allen keys you needed to mess with the whole printer. Bambu, 2 Allen keys. And I don't just mean they're A1. All their printers. 2 Allen keys take the entire thing apart. It's fantastic. Okay. I picked up their AMS Lite. Their AMS Lite is much lighter than their AMS. I don't really think that's what the light was supposed to stand for, but it does. One more screw here. And I'd like to point out, so far, The only reason I've even touched this other Allen key to this point in the video was to show you this other Allen key. I have not used that other Allen key. Everything's been done with this one. If I was assembling a Creality machine right now, I would have touched at least 3 Allen keys at this point. Okay, so the instructions say that there's green ones and yellow ones, and we need to install green ones on green ports and yellow ones on yellow ports. Makes sense to me. I assume this has something to do with the way they rotate, because you're winding the spool from 2 different directions. These go on, they take just a little bit of force. So if you're expecting them just to slide on and be there, don't. You need a little bit of force and then they pop right on. Cool. Now it says we need this long thing. Okay, so wait a minute. It's showing me. Okay, so the book has these listed as yellow and green, but they're not actually yellow and green right here. But it goes to explain here. So green are the long ones. If you see, I've got 2 short ones and 2 long ones. So the long ones are green, and the short ones are the yellow ones. And so it looks like it's got. The instructions look like it's oriented like this. And the long ones go to this opposite side over here. Now, does it actually matter how I plug them into the top of this? I wouldn't think it would. It doesn't appear that it matters, which doesn't, I mean, that makes sense to me. It really shouldn't. Because at this point, it doesn't matter which one of these ports it's going to. They're all going right into the nozzle afterwards, basically. All right. These are really interesting PTFE connectors. They're so small and compact. I wonder if that's something Bambu had custom made. Hold on. Hold on. This is bothering me. Reorganization. There we go. All right. I like that. Plug the AMS into the AMS port. I could have had like 2 X1s or P1s up and operational at this point, but we're still moving faster than the last Creality machine I installed. Wait a minute, which one of these is the AMS port? Hold on, wait a second. Huh, this is interesting. So, the book, oh, come on, rotate. The book is showing 3 ports right here. And I only have 2 ports. But it does look like there's room for a 3rd port. Now, assuming these are both for AMSs, into Okay, it says I can plug it into either one of these, so that means they're the same thing essentially. So if they're the same thing, does that mean I can have two AMS lights? I don't think that's the case because I only have the one head here, unless that's something they're going to add later. Maybe they'll add the ability somehow to have two AMS lights. Now that would be pretty cool. One of the cool things about their big AMS units and their X1s and their P1s is that you can have up to 4 AMSs, which means 16 colors. To the best of my knowledge, and correct me if you know better, there is currently no way to have more than one of these AMS lights on your A1. All right, it looks like we can connect it to power and get this thing booted up, connect it to my Wi-Fi, and do our first print here in a moment. Let's boot it up and see what happens. I'm going to peel some more of these stickers off while we wait. Ooh, that sticker's really stuck. Oh. All right. I almost just knocked my tablet to the floor. Oh, you know, I mentioned earlier, the A1 is $100 more expensive than the A1 Mini. But if you own an X1C, a P1S, a P1P, or you think you might get one in the future, the extra $100 is well worth it for one reason, and that's because this is the exact same build plate used in those printers, which means they're all interchangeable, and you can't interchange the ones with the Mini. The Mini build plates only belong to the Mini. Huh. What do they got going on back here? Are these some kind of little rollers? I don't think they have. There's two little metal pins in the slot back here where the build plate tab goes in. I don't remember seeing those on my P1S or my X1C. So those are new. I wonder, maybe it's to increase the longevity of this backstop here so that it doesn't wear. I don't know. All right, unleash your creativity. Start. I want to do it in English because I don't speak any other languages. North America, connect to Wi-Fi. I'm not going to let you see my Wi-Fi information. I'm sorry. Password, Taco Man 23. How many of you believe that? I need to get a shorter password. 23 characters is too much for a Wi-Fi password. And connect. Come on, come on, come on. Connected. Stop displaying my password on the screen. You say you're connected. Okay, great. All right. Let's connect the printer to my Up, up, up. Don't change orientation. And confirm this is, wait. Yes, accept the terms and conditions. And bind. Okay, great. Login successful. All right, let's start some calibration. Before that, let me just make sure nothing's in the way of cables and you know what? Okay, that shouldn't be an issue. I probably could have done a better job routing some of these cables, but for the sake of this video, I don't think it should be fine. I'll keep an eye on it. So let's run vibration compensation. I'm just going to run the vibration compensation because it says motor noise cancellation takes about 7 minutes, and I don't feel like making y'all watch this printer go for 7 minutes. Vibration compensation going to take 5 minutes, it says. So let's give it a look. Guess I got an idea of how far behind y'all are in the stream compared to IRL. Looks like it's about 10 seconds. Huh. They're not using a box fan for the part cooling. They're using a blower fan. That's interesting. I mean, it looks, well, maybe it is a box fan. It's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, it looks like a blower fan to me. Okay, z-axis speed is obviously nothing to write home about, but in reality, the z-axis isn't the one that needs to move fast. It's x and y that need to move fast. Then again, it could be running slowly like this since it doesn't know what the bed height is and is just trying to avoid crash. I'm going to go with that. I bet it can move much faster. It's probably just moving at the speed. Wait, was I supposed to tie this cable up to something? That cable seems like it's kind of just flopped. All right, I'm going back into the instructions here. I don't remember anything about tying that cable up, but it seems like it's just floating there. Hang on, hang on. Let's see, we cut all the zip ties, installed the screws, put on, plugged in the plug. No, there's nothing about tying this cable off, but that just, is that really supposed to just be there like that? Oh, this is cool. Let's see if I can get it just focus on the screen. So it's currently testing the y-axis, but look, it actually displays the hertz it's testing at right now. That's pretty cool. Not useful to my knowledge. Of course, maybe it's tremendously useful and I'm just ignorant to something, but it is cool nonetheless. I do love, though, how The higher it gets, you just hear it go, whoa, until you can just barely hear it. Here, hold on. I don't know. Can you guys hear that at all? I don't know if the mic can pick up those little vibrations. Says it's currently at 140. I almost can't hear it myself anymore. 150. Okay, we've reached a point. I think I can hear it, but maybe that's just like phantom noise because I see that it's still testing, so I want to think I hear it, but maybe I can hear. I don't know. It is really quiet. Of course, I hear the people in the other room watching TV more than I hear this machine at this point. It is really quiet. I want to kind of reach out and touch it, but I don't want to mess with the calibration. Let's let it calibrate. I need to take a break and go get a drink really quick. So why don't we call this a short little commercial break, except no commercial. Y'all can keep watching the printer if you want, or you can get up and stretch your legs. I'll be back. All right. It has just started x-axis compensation. You can probably hear that one going on. It's pretty. Oh, dropped my mic. The x-axis compensation is pretty not subtle, at least at the moment, but it's going to ramp up in hertz just like the other axis. I see we have 3 people in the stream, although I have no idea to see who they are or if that's even an option. I hope you guys out there, I hope you're all enjoying the stream. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer them. And if you like what you're seeing, give it a thumbs up. And I don't know, is a thumb down an option for a live? I don't know. If you don't like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. That's fine too. So what do I got? I've got lubricant grease and lubricant oil. Okay, cool. I've got a spare nozzle wiper pad. Okay, I got spare filament cutter. Okay, Oh, scraper blades. Okay, so it got. Did the other axis already calibrate? Calibration complete. I don't think that took 5 minutes. All right, let's load up some filament. Oh, it's this side of the car. So Bambu didn't ship any filament. I'm still trying to locate my Bambu filament. I found lots of filament. I couldn't find my Bambu filament, but I figured this would be a great opportunity. Let's try some of my other rolls. So this one is from Cookie CAD, and this is their pixie dust, and that fits on there great. Wait, is this the right way to... Hold on, do they have instructions here to... I think I'm loading this wrong already. Hold on. Yep, I am. Okay. So let's... Educational opportunity for us all. Oh, these cables are too short. All right, that's the most I could turn it. All right, so you can see which way my spool is. I need to flip it like this. And then we should be able to run it through the bottom here. All right. I love this clear Bowden tube where I can see the filament worming its way through. That's cool. Okay. So Cookie CAD went on without any trouble. Now this is from this is from III D Max, or I call it III. So what it is, it's the Roman numeral for 3 is what it is. So it's 3D Max. This is a 3D Max spool. And they have become one of my go-to filaments just because, well, for two, they're affordable. And so far, the filament's been very reliable. So let's see if this will fit on here. Okay, that spool fits. Note, not every spool is going to be compatible with this AMS light. It's going to depend on the inside diameter. Okay, all right, this is a bit much for my big fingers. Where are my wire cutter or my there we go. Well, that left a mark in my table. All right, that's working great. How about we try an Elgu spool next? You know, this time I think I'm going to be a bit smart here. I'm going to cut it off on the side of the spool. Will the Elgu spool work? Well, maybe. All right, looks like the Elgu spool is going to work. And here's a Polymaker spool. Will Polymaker fit? Polymaker does fit. You know, I really have to give Bambu some props for this filament holding mechanism they've devised here. It's very effective. All right, I have 4 different spools from 4 different companies. I grabbed these at random without checking anything before. They all work. So I think we can expect pretty wide compatibility with, let's see, do we want to do a firmware update? I always choose to do the firmware updates. Especially now because Bambu has included a feature that lets you downgrade firmware if you upgrade and there's a problem, they now have a feature that lets you downgrade. That was something they were missing when I got my first Bambu X1C, and it actually caused me some problems not being able to downgrade, but you can downgrade now, which is a very good thing. I always choose to upgrade because you never know, you start playing around with the firmware that came on the machine and you're having problems, and it turns out that's a problem that could have already been fixed if you just upgraded your firmware. And it's upgrading really quickly. We should be done in another 15 seconds, it looks like. So I think we're probably done with my big knife. Well, that's weird. The update was going so fast and now it's hung at 75. Oh no, it's ticking up, but it's ticking up really slow now. How many of you really just hate that? You know, that Windows and all of them have been doing that forever. They put in that little loading bar, and you know, what does that loading bar even do? Because it doesn't represent it, you know, it zips across really fast and it pauses for a while, then it zips along a little bit. What's that even doing? It's not measuring time. It might be measuring how much of the program's installed, but I mean, if that's the case right here, what are you telling me? That you downloaded 72% in like 10 seconds and now you need another minute for the other 28%? I don't know. Little pet peeve. Huh. Wait, does Bambu have a line of tough PLA now? Their PLA Basic and their Pet G Basic are almost the same shade of yellow. I think the PLA is maybe just a little lighter. Hello, are you done? Update successful. Well, I should hope so. All right, let's check out what print files. I bet we've got a Benchy. What do you think? Scanning the, wait, what? Wait. Print files. What is this? It says scanning the file, please wait. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think I actually selected a file, did I? What? Filament. Load. Wait, filament is unknown, but it is. Yes, I want to edit the filament's information. I'm going to call it, it's going to be generic PLA dynamic pressure control. Ooh, we can edit that right here. It's only got default. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and, wait, what's it doing? Cut the filament, pull the filament back. Oh, it's gonna go through the process of loading my cookie CAD pixie dust. Okay, well. It's heating up reasonably fast. It's not lightning fast, but it's not bad. I've definitely seen printers that heat up a lot slower than this, but I mean, the X1 definitely heats up faster than this on the nozzle. But here's the thing, the X1C, that's their top of the line machine. They put all the bells and whistles and doodads and thingamabobs into that one. This is their budget line. So, I mean, you expect some give and take there, or, well, you expect a lot of take. All right, push the new filament into the extruder. Oh, look at that. We can actually see it go. It's going, 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 going. Let me see if I can get y'all zoomed in here and actually watch it do its little pooping thing up close. Nothing's coming out yet. Nothing's coming out yet. Is it still feeding? Yeah, it's still feeding. Okay, there it goes. All right. It's stuck a little. Oh, here we go. All right, that filament has been successfully loaded. So now that I have a spool loaded, let's try going back to the print files again. Scanning the file, please wait. Scanning the file, please wait. What is this? What do the instructions say about this? If they say anything at all. Press print files to access the preloaded models on the SD card. Hold on here. Here we go. I think the SD card wasn't all the way put in. All right, what do you guys say we just do the classic benchy? Let's see. All right, use the AMS, bed leveling, dynamic flow compensation. Sure, why not? Run the time lapse. Yeah, I want to see what the time lapse looks like on this thing. Let's run the time lapse. Next, choose. Well, I've only told it there's one here, so I mean it knows there's material in the other ones, but it doesn't know what the other ones are. So I bet I could. Yeah, I could tell it to do these other ones here, but it's basically taking my word that it is PLA. But we're gonna run the cookie CAD because I like how the cookie CAD looks. Oh, that's kind of jazzy. I like that. That's cool. All right, let's see what you got, A1. Show me what you got. Yeah, that Z-axis can move a lot faster. This little flipper mechanism over here is quite interesting. I'm going to need to take a much closer look at that later. All right, it is performing its tool head cleaning operation. So seemingly the tool head cleaning operation consists of, first it rubs on the back tab, which I presume is to clear any major debris so as not to get that stuff clogged in the silicone. Well, I assume this is a silicone brush back here. I don't actually know that it's silicone, but silicone makes sense to me. It might be something else. But I assume it's trying to clear major debris off over here before rubbing on the brush. That way it tries to keep things out of the brush. And then it has returned over here and set the nozzle down on the bed to keep stuff from oozing out of the nozzle until everything's come fully up to temp, and then it's ready to print. That makes sense to me. I'm going to assume that's correct. I know the X1C also does this thing where it sits on the back tab, and I've always assumed that's what it's doing. I haven't bothered to look into it. It could be doing that for some totally different reason. I really don't like how this cable just flops there. That's really triggering me. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem though, but it is bothering me. Okay, bed leveling, sure. It's been a while since I've run my anchor make. I think one of these days, so there's two comparison videos you guys might be interested in seeing. Obviously, we could compare this to the anchor make. If y'all would like to see me pull out my anchor make and set it up here and run the A1 versus the anchor make and see how they compare in terms of speed and operation, I can do that comparison video. But the other thing I think a lot of people might be interested in seeing is how does the A1 compare to the P1P? Now, I don't have a P1P, but I do have a P1S, which is basically a slightly upgraded version of the P1P. Now, if enough people were interested, I'd be willing to go in and remove the side covers and the other little doodads on my P1S, basically reducing it to a P1P, and I could do a side-by-side performance comparison. You guys let me know if those are comparisons you'd like to see made. So I've got it doing the time lapse. I'm really curious if this cable right here is going to be in the time lapse a lot. If so, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I'm definitely going to do something about it if this winds up being in the time lapse, because that's just ridiculous. So let's see, it is currently 10:15. According to the tab here, this should be a 14-minute benchy. which is fast. Not the fastest, but that's fast, especially if it turns out good. But also, if it actually prints that, that means it's printing on par with my X1C. We'll see if we get a benchy come out at 1029. We'll see if we get a good benchy come out at 1029. I like seeing the extruder spinning right here. That's nice. That's a blower motor spinning in the back. Yep. Ah. It looks like a pretty clean benchy to me. Now, did this come with another nozzle? No, it did not. Well, that is unfortunate. Now, I ordered extra nozzles, but the fact that it didn't ship with any nozzles, well, I suppose I could show you anyway once it stops printing. One of the really cool things about the A1 is toolless nozzle changing. That is huge. I really hope they bring that feature to the X1 and P1 series. Of course, they might bring them to the X and P series. Maybe it'll be the X2 and the P2. And that's where we'll get the toolless nozzle change on those, maybe. I don't know. And if anybody's curious at this point, you've stuck around and stuff. I know I didn't mention this earlier. Bambu did not send me this machine. I bought this with my own money, and I'm reviewing it on my own time without any connection to Bambu and without any compensation of any kind. Give me a second. I need to get them to turn the TV down again. Okay, yeah, so I paid for this with my own money. I know that's important to a lot of people that feel like you can't get somebody can't give an honest review if they got the machine for free. I will state I don't personally feel that you can't give an honest review if you don't pay for the machine, but for those of you that feel that way, I did pay for this machine, so my review is definitely 100% my own genuine opinion. Says we've got another 10 minutes left on that. Hi, Saren. Welcome to the stream. Soren? Soren. Am I pronouncing that correct? I don't know. It says we got 10 minutes and it's 10:20, so looks like we're just about on track. It's kind of hard to tell with it swinging the part around back and forth, but as near as I can tell, it's a pretty good looking benchy so far. It is a pretty quick machine, and the price point's phenomenal. So this is the A1. They've got the A1 Mini. You can get the A1 Mini and keep in mind, so these prices don't include the AMS system off to the side. So for just the printer, you can get the A1 Mini for $300, or you can get the A1 for $400. And I personally believe that the A1 is worth that extra $100. How noisy is it? It's pretty quiet. I'd say it's probably just a little quieter than your average conversation with somebody, but only just a little. I don't know. I may be way off. I need to get a decibel meter, and then I'd be able to tell you for sure. It is not bad. It's right there on par with any of the latest Creality machines I've used, like the S1, the Ender 3 S1. And I haven't even run the noise, the motor noise cancellation calibration. I chose to skip that earlier. So chances are it might be able to get even quieter than it is now. And I think it's pretty quiet right now. I'm going to take this thing and put it on my desk at work. That's how quiet I think it is. It won't bother me and it won't bother anyone else. But yeah, so the A1 is $400. I think it's worth the extra $100 over the A1 Mini because for one thing, you go to dual gantries, so it's more stable. It's larger than the Mini. Obviously, the Mini's smaller. That's in the name. But the really cool thing is the build plates on the A1 are compatible with the X1 and P1 series. And the build plates on the A1 Mini are not compatible with the X1 and P1 series. So that's definitely a plus for me. Now, if you want to get the combo, so the A1 printer with the AMS Lite combo is $650, and the A1 Mini with the AMS Lite combo is $550. You got any other questions? Says we got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes left. It's 10:24. It seems to be moving right on time to its predicted, what it predicted, which means it looks like we're going to get a 14-minute benchy, and that is an extremely respectable benchy. That is respectable for an out-of-the-box experience on any printer. That is respectable for, well, I mean, that's respectable just in general. You know, before Bambu made the scene, if anybody had a 14-minute benchy come off looking good on their printer, they had a great printer. Now people are constantly trying to beat that just to prove the Vorons are better and stuff. And don't get me wrong, the Vorons are better, but you got to put in the work on the Voron. The Bambus just come working good. A 14-minute benchy is also really respectable for a bed slinger. I'm not sure I don't remember. Let me think. How fast was the benchy on the Anchor Make? I don't think it was 14 minutes. I also don't know how fast the benchy is on the MK4. It's been a while since I've looked that up. Um, If I wasn't using my phone as the live streaming camera, I'd look that up right now, what the benchy speeds were for the Anchor Make and the MK4. I guess I could use my tablet. September 20th, 2023, an article from Tom's Hardware says that the MK4 can produce a 26-minute speed benchy. Let's check out the Anchor Make. And if you know if the MK4 can do faster than 26 minutes, you're going to have to let me know. I'm just going off what I'm reading online right now. And the Anchor Make is doing a 17-minute, 40-second benchy. So we're at 14 minutes right here. That is really fast. We have a color touchscreen too. I'm actually really surprised that they did the color touchscreen on this, because one of the cost-saving measures on the P1 was their little black and white interface that required buttons to use it. And I've heard so many people complain about that interface, which, by the way, it's not as good as the X1 interface, but personally, I don't think the P1 interface is that bad. It seems pretty well laid out to me. However, you know, that interface and that screen that they put on the P1 series was supposed to be cost saving. Well, this is their budget printer, and they put a color touchscreen on there. How does that make any sense? So according to this, we have 0 minutes left, but we have something like 32 layers left to do. Oh man, you gotta love how they factor that. It is burning through those layers really fast. We've got 20 layers now. And now we only have, well, never mind, we got 2 layers left. And it is 10:29. That was a 14-minute benchy. It says it's preparing something. I don't know what it's preparing. What are you preparing? Oh, it's cutting. Okay, it's cutting the filament. And now it's pulling the filament back. Okay, I can see that it pulled the filament back to just above the buffer here. I love that sound effect. That's awesome, man. It reminds me of when I used to play Mario and stuff. I like that. Ooh, got good bed adhesion. Got really good bed adhesion. Let go. All right, let's take a look at this. I can see some ever so slight artifacting going right through here, but only on this one side. Right there. I've got a bit of stringing, but most of it's just wisps. Letters on the bottom are extremely clear and distinct. The letters on the back, not so much, but I mean, in reality, those letters are so small that printing with a 0.4 nozzle, you're not really going to see them anyway. All the walls, this is a pretty good benchy. It is not a perfect benchy, but it is very respectable for 14 minutes. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. That's a good benchy. All right, what do you say we load up some of this other filament? Let's load up the Elgu. Then we'll try printing something else. And after that, unless somebody has a question, I think we're going to call this stream an end. Got 4 people in the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Please let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to hit that thumb down button if you hate my guts. Okay, so it's purging out the previous filament. Purging, 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 purging. And there's my new Elgu filament. Now that is one of the downsides of going with the A1 series, is it's purging the filament just off to the side. But I guess, you know, that's kind of what the X1 and P1 is doing, except they're purging to the back. Everybody makes little buckets to catch the stuff off the backside. And I'm willing to bet if I jump on printable, somebody's come up with something to catch it off the side, and I just have to print it out. All right, what do we want to try and print? What do we have? There's a display board on here to display the filament swatches they sent. I might actually print that out later. What do we got? What do we got? Panda by Flexi Factory, Pocket Copter. Okay, yeah, all right. Wait a minute. Let me just flip through this, but I think I see what we're going to go print. Build plate protective. All right, we're going to try printing the NASA fabric. Oh, that's a pretty long print. So, well, yeah. Let's, it says it's going to take like 2 hours to print. I'm not hanging around for 2 hours, but I could keep the stream going. Guys, I don't know if you can hear the noises it's making when it starts and stops the print, but they're great. I love it. So, like I said, I'm not planning on hanging around and watching the rest of this. I'll poke my head in once in a while to make sure nothing's going awry. But unless somebody has a question that they want to ask in the next 30 seconds, I'm about to walk away and you guys can watch it print if you want. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and walk away. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask, just leave them in chat. I'll pop my head back in every once in a while. If I see that you've left a question, I'll go ahead and answer it. Yeah, I love that music. All right, let's see. What do we have here? This is an extremely challenging print for the majority of printers. This is the NASA chainmail print. This would be a tough print for most printers. It definitely looks like it started having some trouble at a few places. I see a couple of rings that are completely disconnected, but it's sturdy overall. Everything's locked together. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, it is now tomorrow, which is today, I guess, as it goes. But we started the stream yesterday, which means it's past midnight already. I want to go to bed. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Look forward to more content where I talk more, give more in-depth impression on this printer. Let me know if you want me to compare it with the Anchor Make. Let me know if you'd like it compared with the P1P. And yeah, thanks for anybody who actually watched all of this. I suspect anyone who did has fast forwarded through a lot of that printing, but I thank you all the same. Have a nice night, everybody.